Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, human beings of all ages, welcome to Vibrations with Vito. I am your host, Vito, episode 48. Feel fantastic today. It was semi kind of warm out today for a February day. I don't know if I should be nervous or scared. Maybe a little bit of both. But, you know, what can you do? Feel good.
Not warm.
Oh, not warm? It was semi-warm. I was outside earlier today. Anyway. Let's get right to the message of the week, and it's a good one, so make sure your volume is up. God won't walk you to, but he won't walk you through. So you might be in a bad spot right now, a bad situation right now, but God wanted to put you in that spot if he can't take you out of it.
Amen.
So just have some faith, relax, and let him take care of it. What do they say? Let go, let God, for sure.
Yep.
So just do that, you know? This is a very special episode. For the first time ever on this show, I have two special guests. Let's start with the first guest. I've known this lady since freshman year of high school. She's a good friend of mine. She's a pediatric nurse. She's a business owner. She's a good person. Ashley George.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. I'm
Well,
so excited.
I'm accompanied also by a man you may have seen on your television on a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday night, perhaps a Thursday night or a Monday night. This man was drafted in 2019 by the Arizona Cardinals. He's a definition of a hard worker.
Yes.
Michael Dogbe.
Appreciate you. Thank
How you
for having
doing?
me.
How you doing?
Good.
So, first off, I want to say thank you both for coming on the show. I know it's a tight schedule, busy life you guys live here.
Yeah. Just came off the plane.
Right. Just, were you guys together or?
No,
I
he's
was
been
back
in Jersey.
in Jersey with family.
Okay, all right. And you flew in from where?
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the life like in Arizona?
Amazing.
Mm.
The weather's always great. Definitely a lot different than here.
Right.
But
You actually have warm days.
Yeah.
Not my definition
All
of a
the
warm
time.
day in February.
yeah, my mom even said, coming off the flight, she was like, yeah, it's warm out. You can stay outside. I get outside and I'm freezing. I had to put my bubble coat on.
So maybe I'm not crazy. Your mom thought the same thing. This is
Yeah.
a warm day for Pennsylvania
For
here.
you guys, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I do. I do want to go to Arizona at one point. Somebody said, what did they say? It's devil's country or something because it's so hot. I think that's what somebody said to me.
I rebuke that, but
Yeah.
You never heard that?
It's hot.
It is hot there.
You know,
Okay.
right around, I'd say now is when it's probably pushing 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
By the time it hits the summertime, it's like
120.
120. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
120 is crazy.
We've moved twice, I think, during that time.
Yeah,
July.
so we've had to rent a U-Haul, and I'm over there picking up all the furniture.
Right.
You know,
I'm like,
so
You're doing great, honey. Okay.
I think I carried like pillows or something. Yep.
It only makes sense. Let's start with the pour. I got 3 cups
So
today.
excited.
Oh, you were talking about ASMR off camera. It's time. So we're gonna open this bottle, the electric style. Shout out to sponsors of the show, La Duca Pizza, best pizza in New York, period. Specifically Brooklyn. The phone number is 718-859-1501. Again, 718-859-1501. Shout out to Zilpino. Shout out to everybody at La Duca Pizza. I'm starting to get good with this, so hopefully it's one and done here.
That was so funny.
What, with Gash?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. All right. Good start.
No, and then, so keep pushing it, I think.
Down? I can't go any
Oh,
further.
yours is a little bit different.
Yeah, what? She's trying to teach me over here. Look at. Oh,
Yeah, and then,
is this
We
how you're
have
supposed to do it?
Yeah, so you just let it go all the way up,
I
and
can't
then now you can push it again and it'll come out.
Where are we at?
There
Where are
we
we
go.
at? Where are we at? Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let it. Okay, great.
Can I keep that? We like save all of ours and put like dates on them and
This,
stuff.
you know
Yeah.
what? Put in your bag. Take
Thank
it
you
to
very
go.
much.
Look at that.
Love
Oh,
it.
that was great. I love that. Okay, so that's really how you're supposed to do it every time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zilpino.
I'm spoiled. Now I can't even like do it with a regular one.
It took me a while
I
to
was a
be
bartender.
confident with the regular cork. And now with that, I feel like a robot. Folks, put your volume up. It's time for the pour.
Love it.
Pass it down.
Okay.
appreciate it.
Of course. Boom.
Thank you very much.
And one more. one more. Great. So let's do a cheers here to just, some good energy. Appreciate you. Yeah. So you told me this is your favorite. You're not a big drinker.
Surprisingly, I wasn't before I met her.
Right.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah, you ruined his life. Now he's an alcoholic.
But she got me into wines. So, on a relaxing night, have a couple glasses.
Red, white, doesn't matter?
I think I'm more red, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started with red, but I definitely like white.
Do you know the name of the ones you like that are red?
Just cabs.
Yeah, just cabs, some
Yeah.
sangrias.
Okay.
Honestly, if it's wine, I'll drink it. So.
All right.
Anything.
I remember at the high school reunion, I had that ginormous bottle of wine, and I offered you some, and you were like, I don't really drink like that. And I was like, well, you don't have to. And then you were like, give him one. I was like, okay. So I just gave him one. Actually, I wanted to ask, let's start there real quick. Did you bring him to our high school reunion to just stunt on all of us? Because honestly, that was one of the coolest things ever.
I've thought about that moment for so long. I'm like, at our high school reunion, I want to bring whoever I'm with, whatever I'm doing. But yeah, it was great.
I mean, it was good to see though. I mean, you guys got a great group of people, and you can tell it's real close. So
we are
that's awesome.
so
Community
close.
type, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so how was that? Did you feel a little uncomfortable or anything?
I mean, it was pretty cool, honestly. I mean, she always talks about her high school years, best time of her life. So it was good to see.
We had so much fun.
Would you still say that best time of your life?
Honestly, college was not the same. It was. I have always liked to be the type to be in house parties and stuff, and not these crazy college parties.
Right.
So I definitely liked high school a lot more, and we were just so close. Yeah, it was. I would definitely say high school.
All right. Shout out to everybody at Common League, honestly. I hope everyone's having a good time. Shout out to Christina also, while we're talking about that, for booking that. The high school reunion was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to be able to just drink freely
in the library.
in the library. Yeah, I was a little banged up.
I'd do that.
No. I think it's only right if we start with what's tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day in the sports world, especially the football world. So, Michael, since this is your area of expertise, I would say, and you played both of these teams this year, correct?
Yeah.
The Chiefs week 1?
Week 1.
And the Eagles
week
5?
Yeah.
Week 5, something like that. Okay, so with all this experience for both teams, who do you have winning?
Boy.
No. Let him answer. Freely.
I mean, first of all, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, we're talking about two great offenses, and really two great defenses. I mean, you're looking at two really, really complete teams. But I'm going to have to go with the Eagles, not because of Ashley, but one of my buddies, Hassan Reddick, he's dominating right now.
Right.
So got to root for him, being one of my Temple brothers. So yeah, I'm just looking for a great game, honestly.
All right, yeah, okay. So, Ashley, what do you think? No bias aside.
No, I'm always gonna say Eagles.
Even if, okay, all right.
It's so funny. All the girls back in Arizona, they all know I'm still an Eagles fan. It's not very common to see any of the girls rooting for a certain team besides the one that you're on. But I don't know. It's my hometown team.
I hear you.
Enjoy it.
I'm with you, Michael. That I expect a high scoring game, but then like you said, the defenses are both great. So I don't know. I think the Eagles win, no bias aside, just because our run game, I would say, with no knowledge.
Oh, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
You're looking at really two solid offensive lines.
Yeah.
The Eagles, though, man. Going against them, they definitely held their own up front. I mean, they're a dominant old line, and I mean, it's just a credit to their organization and the way they draft and the way they attack free agency. So, I'm excited, man. It's going to be a great game.
Were you watching the game?
Probably a couple of my buddies up in North Jersey, so be cool. Probably order some wings and have a good time.
All right. Where are you watching the game?
With my mom and my whole family.
All right. I'm going to be at Amir's in Philly, so.
Oh, nice.
I cannot wait. I'm going to speak into existence.
So much
I can't wait to storm Broad Street because we're going to win. No.
Okay. I did it when I was at Temple. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun. The first time when they won, what game?
2017?
Like the game before the Super Bowl.
NFC Championship?
Yeah. That one is when we stormed, and then the second time was so much fun because I guess everyone realized that we were going to storm again. Right. So yeah, there was so much more people.
I saw they were greasing the polls today.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
You still
mind over matter, you know? And those people want to get on top of those polls for some reason, and they just do it. Me personally, I could never. I'm too scared of heights. And you asked me if I did it before. I don't really like being in big groups of people.
Yeah.
Especially people that I don't know.
But it's fun.
I imagine. So I'm going to experience it tomorrow when we win.
Crazy.
And we'll go from there. Okay.
But yeah, they would climb like dumpsters and like trash trucks and like anything they could possibly find.
It really was like a week celebration.
Yeah.
Like,
classes were like canceled and
So you guys were at Temple. Did you go to the parade and whatnot?
So I didn't go to the parade, but when they won, again, we all stormed the streets.
Right.
I mean, guys on campus were burning couches. I mean,
oh yeah, that was on my street.
Yeah, it looked like the purge out there.
You're right. Like,
you
what
didn't
is
know
the
whether
point?
to come outside or stay in. So
people are crazy.
Yeah.
You were born in New Jersey?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay.
Actually, was a Giants fan.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's
all right. Well, for today we'll tolerate it. So that's interesting. So did you play the Giants this year?
No, my rookie year, we played the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Hopefully, sometime in my career I can play them.
Okay. All right. What's that like though for you, knowing that you grew up as a fan and now it's a part of your job to beat the crap out of them? So what's that like?
Yeah, I think at this point in my career, you just become a fan of the game. You're devoted to the organization you're a part of, and you still have that. I'll say this, at heart, deep down, I'm still a Giants fan. Whatever team I'm on, I'm still gonna be rooting to them in some capacity. But yeah, I don't know. You just become a fan of the game.
Right.
So
right now, business first.
Business first.
I hear you. Yeah. Who's your favorite player on the Giants when you were growing up?
So I'm gonna take it all the way back.
Go ahead. Let me hear some.
I'd say my all-time favorite Giant player was probably Lawrence Taylor. Reason why I wore 56 in high school, though I wasn't born around his playing career, that's all you hear in North Jersey.
Right.
So as a kid, I would always, Google Lawrence Taylor, watch YouTube highlights.
Go ahead, tell them.
Tell
them.
Back in college, she would hear me all the time. Lawrence Taylor's my favorite player, so she got me an authentic Lawrence Taylor jersey. So
Dang.
One day it's gonna be hung up in our house, and
you have to do the applause sound.
Did they get the point? You're the shit. You're the shit for that. Okay, all right. So you is it a home jersey or an away jersey?
It's a home jersey.
There you go.
I wouldn't even know.
Is it white or is it blue?
It's blue. It's 1980s authentic.
I don't even remember.
Damn. Yeah. The first time I ever saw a video of Lawrence Taylor that I can remember is in the beginning of The Blind Side. They show when he broke that guy's leg, the quarterback.
Yep, Joe Theismann.
Boom. See, he knows his stuff over here.
I wouldn't know that.
First, and then I remember because they were right after they were talking about how great Lawrence Taylor was, and I was like, I've always heard this name. And then I went on a deep dive of his highlights, and I was like, this guy was crazy.
Oh man, incredible player, man.
Okay.
Probably the best to ever do it.
Was he a linebacker or was he a lineman?
Yeah, so he's actually the reason why we now call it the defensive end position, because he was an outside linebacker, but he would never, drop into coverage. Bill Parcells always had him drop in, but he just wanted to rush off the edge. So he actually, created the term sack, because he would always tackle the quarterback, no longer want to call it a tackle. So, yeah, just a tremendous player, man.
Would you say you kind of molded your game after him a little bit, or was there someone else?
Definitely. The reason why, I would say.
There you go.
I mean, he's one of them. I mean, I admire so many players. But when I was in Little League, I think it was the 6th or 7th grade, one of my coaches, he saw that I was growing real fast, and he gave me a highlight tape of Lawrence Taylor. So that was my first time plugging it in and seeing him. As you can imagine, the guy's running all over the place.
Right.
So ever since then, man, that's what I always wanted to play like.
Okay. So. Were you always on the defensive side of the ball? Did they ever try to put you on offensive line or anything?
I mean, they tried me just about everywhere.
You were catching passes?
I played receiver.
There you go.
I play receiver, I play running back, but all my hands are jammed up, so my hands are stoned. So better off on the defensive side.
Okay. All right. And you sacked Russell Wilson this year, right? I know personally I was so happy because I can't stand him, so I was like, let's go.
2 years ago?
2020.
This year. Okay. Oh, damn. It was 2020? Bro, my time is flying.
A while ago.
We were playing in Seattle. And, yeah, man, it was,
And you were, pulled up for that game or something?
I mean, I'm a big believer in my faith and, just praying throughout the year, for God to just work a miracle in my season. And, Thursday night, biggest game of the year thus far, and sacked him, and, it was awesome. Man.
Well, do you remember the celebration you did when you got up?
Oh, man, I just hit him with a flex, man.
I like it. Just double or one?
Double flex.
I love it. I love it. Okay, good.
We talk about the celebrations before they happen, and then he just doesn't
happen.
do them.
I mean, she wants me to start TikTok trends out there, but
no.
in the
Take care of business.
In the moment of time, you just gotta hit him with a flex.
You're kind of popping on TikTok, huh? There's there seems to be just like NFL wives. Yeah. So what's that like? Is that a lot of pressure for you now? Because not only do you have to support him indefinitely, but now you got to keep up this TikTok lifestyle.
I think it's fun because I like to post everything, whether it's nursing, Zona, just stuff with Michael, doing the fun relationship trends. But it's fun to be able to post about game day and things. But I don't really value those things. So,
okay. Well, it's fun to watch. I'll tell you that.
It's fun to make them. That's what I care about.
Speaking of your relationship, you guys met in college, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Do you know where you met? Was it in class? Was it a party?
Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it over.
So I saw an attractive girl on my feed, and pretty cute.
Pretty cute.
So she was beautiful. So
there you go. He corrected himself.
I DM'd her.
Edit that.
I DM'd her. No response.
Ballsy. Oh, no response.
I was with my ex.
Okay.
And I'm very loyal.
So I respect that, But the second time around, very nice, polite. She responded, and
here we go.
Well, you messaged her twice.
Oh,
the second time.
So you did the
something about her. I don't know, man.
Well, the first time he liked a bunch of pictures. I was with my ex.
You gotta play the game.
You gotta get her attention.
Second time he did it again.
God told him. He said, "Dude, message her again."
Exactly. And then he messaged again and said, "I think I liked every one of your pictures."
Just
and
about.
That's how it started,
I was running out of opportunities. So,
opportunities.
She responded, so I was happy, and we just hit it off. I think shortly after that, I asked you out to eat. Grab a bite in Center City or on campus, and she stood me up.
Oh no, you're going there.
She stood me up, man.
We're going there. I didn't think you were gonna do it.
So.
Nope. So what happened was
I want his version first.
Oh,
no, you don't. Because
I'll tell you my story.
This is what happened.
Okay.
It was St. Patty's Day. We all know how St. Patty's Day goes in college.
Stupid holiday. I don't know. Why can't we just say let's drink today?
Let's just get drunk.
Yeah, right. Okay, go ahead.
So basically, I was very nervous. I had my outfit set on the bed. I was so excited. And I was like, okay, let me just drink some wine so I can just relax a little bit, and then it'll be good enough until later for when we go out to dinner. And so the plan was to go to parties and then go to dinner. And I was trying to be responsible. But I accidentally drank a whole handle of wine, and that's not what happened. So
All right, I'll tell you my side.
Okay, yeah, I was waiting for yours to be over.
That was messed up.
Man, I don't even know where to start.
Hitting it off on the right foot, Ashley.
So in college, playing ball, you're on a tight, budget. You don't got a job or anything.
Right.
I think I just received one of my stipend checks, so I'm like, I'm gonna press this girl. I'm gonna take a cheesesteak. I'm gonna do right by her. So I went to the mall, got a nice outfit.
Nice.
All my friends are like, man, where's this guy going? I'm like, I got a date tonight.
Right.
So I'm ironing all my clothes. I'm texting her. I'm like, listen, just got back, got a nice haircut. I'll see you later. She's like, okay, cool, see you later. I'm out with my friends, I'm having fun. So I get out the shower, I'm dressing up, I'm texting her, no response. So I'm like, okay, cool. Women, they take forever. So I'm like, she's probably getting dressed. She's probably excited.
True indeed.
Long and behold,
for a reason, okay?
Long and behold, I get a text message from my buddy, Raquel Armstead. He was our running back at Temple, and he was dating one of her friends. And he goes, yeah, man, I don't know if Ashley's gonna make it tonight, man. She's at the hospital right now. I'm like, what's going on?
It was
Is
an
at hospital?
accident. It was an accident.
And turns out she blacked out.
Oh man.
You know,
So-
I didn't think I needed to go, but
Oh, I
one
was
of
gonna
my
say, what were you? Did you need your stomach pumped or something?
no,
What?
I mean they just let me lay there until I woke until I was okay. But
So for me, man,
I didn't think I
it's-
had to go.
For me, man, I'm sitting in my living room like a sad puppy. Roommates clowning me. Man, it was horrible, man. To cut a long story,
Way to go.
Damn.
to cut a long story short, I sat in my room watching Netflix for the rest of the night. But I do commend her though. She went on a date with me to Cheesecake.
Finally did it.
You should have paid. I hope you paid.
Oh
Did
man,
you
we
pay?
ordered a bunch of food.
Did you pay?
She took
should
two
have.
bites and she was done. Two bites and we're done. So, but
No,
ever
it was like
since-
one of those like nervous eats where like you don't
Yeah.
want to eat in front of somebody for the first time.
But I would say this though, man. Ever since we met, though, man, we've been together ever since. You know,
Good.
we've shared a connection that is pretty unique. So
There you go.
It's awesome.
That's
And
good.
Our relationship with God, I think, has definitely brought us closer together than anybody I've ever
That's
been
a
with.
great little segue here. So, did you go to Catholic school in elementary school?
Yeah, so I went to St. Mike's until 6th grade,
Okay.
and then 7th and 8th I went to Armstrong, and then
Okay.
back to Egan. Yeah.
Okay. So, from what I remember, you weren't like the biggest on your faith.
No,
So
I like would go to church sometimes, like
with
at
your
St.
parents and
Mike's.
stuff.
Yeah, and like sometimes even alone, but I didn't have a relationship. I just had a religion. So
When you went by yourself, did you feel awkward or anything like that?
yeah, it wasn't. It's not the same as now. Like I think before I
Right,
just
right.
went to go and not understanding like that I need to have a relationship instead of like Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. You know, instead of like reciting things. I think the way that I feel God is more like worship and like a non-denominational Christian type church now. So yeah, we got baptized. That was awesome. We've just been getting deeper into our faith and just reading the Bible and praying every night together. Yeah,
So you got baptized together.
we did.
Were you baptized? You were baptized when you were born.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. And were you as well?
I wasn't.
Ooh, that's nice.
But I grew up in a Christian household. You know, went to church every Sunday, and I was always pretty big in my faith. But just speaking off of our relationship, at the time we met, you know, my junior season, I experienced a couple injuries that kind of put me in a depressed state, man, and it was really tough for me. So leaned on my faith. You know, talked to God every night just to make a way. I had great expectations for my junior year. The opening game against Notre Dame, I tore my quad
Oof.
that same week, and I mustered up the energy to play. They shot me up with Toradol,
Right.
but it just
Terrible.
derailed my season. Sprained my MCL,
Oof.
you know, all kinds of stuff. So going into my senior year, man, you know, obviously wanted to make it to the league. I just, you know, went back on what I knew best, and that was my faith. And coincidentally, at the same time, she was, you know, entering her journey with her, you know, faith and, you know, prayer and talking to God. So I thought that was pretty cool that, you know, what she was praying for and what I was praying for, God brought us together. Ever since then, you know, we've kind of surrounded our relationship, you know, under God's tutelage. So.
Yeah, I think when I like first, sorry,
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. Go ahead.
when I first, right before I met him, I was praying for, you know, a man to love me, a man to respect me, and I didn't feel like I had that before. And after I broke up with my ex, I
Boo.
just kept,
I'm gonna say, stop mentioning them. Boo.
I just kept praying. Well, it was a very important time
Right.
because I met him literally 1 week after I broke up with him, and I just felt in my heart it wasn't right. And so then when I started praying for a husband and praying for like things that I wanted in my life, I started to slowly, I actually didn't see them right away, but after a while I started seeing like, yeah, this is the man I want to marry. Like this is, God gave me this man. So
God won't walk you through what He won't walk you through.
Yeah.
To what you said on junior year was tough,
Tough, man.
but He brought you to that situation because He knew He could get you out. And you know, you're strong-minded, you're a hard worker, like I said, and you made it through. You had a big senior year, right?
Yeah, man.
Word.
Just speaking off that, man, you know, sometimes in life, we got everything we ever wanted, we wouldn't rely on our faith. We wouldn't understand how powerful God is. So sometimes God puts you through certain situations, to teach you about just how powerful He is, just to show that everything revolves around God.
And to rely on Him.
And to rely on Him.
To get you through it. Because you can't do it alone. Yeah,
it wasn't by my talent alone. I always tell everybody where I am today is only by the grace of God. I can say I did, all kinds of crazy workouts, or I dedicated myself to.
You're good.
This, but it's just by the grace of God, and when you truly see that and believe that, He can bring you through anything, and that's what He's done for me throughout my life. So.
So here's a side question: do you guys pray aloud, or do you pray like kind of internally?
Both.
Yeah.
So by yourself, do you pray out loud? Like if let's say no one's around, do you pray out loud, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then together you guys pray out loud as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I do mostly aloud because I think when I pray in my head, that's just me talking to myself. Really,
and
it's
also,
like once I say it out loud, I feel like I'm giving it to God.
I do feel like I'm. A lot of the time when I pray, it is before I go to sleep. So if I am praying like in my head, I feel like I do fall asleep quicker. And we always talk about like that's the enemy's way of like trying to get you not to pray.
Ooh.
Yeah. And people have to understand that, God is all knowing, right? He already knows what you want in your heart, what you pray for in your heart.
Right.
But the reason why I like praying out loud is so I know, that I'm talking to my God. I talk to God like, just a regular conversation.
Right.
I don't try in any way.
I was like, I thought I had someone on my leg. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
don't try in any way to rehearse prayers or anything. I just talk to God. So I like praying out loud. It really allows me to understand my connection with God. So
I think it's just so much more intentional to pray to God about like everything that you are thanking Him for, everything that you need in life, and instead of like I was used to of praying like the Hail Mary and the Our Father and things like that. I just think that in not knocking Catholics, I think that people feel God in different ways, and I just don't think that that's how I felt God.
I hear you. I tend to like nowadays if somebody asks me like who do I like belong to, I just will say Christian because like that's the umbrella. And then when you go down like the different spokes or whatever the word is of those like the prongs that hold it up, then that's when you get like, oh, I'm a Catholic, I'm a this. So I'll just say I'm Christian. I say my prayers like what I want. I thank Him first before I ask for anything, or you know what I mean. I thank Him first for the day, for waking me up, because that's not promised. Like when you go to sleep, you're just like, I need these 8 hours. You might not even get them. You might get forever. You know what I mean? So when you wake up, me personally, I thank Him right away. I thank Him for waking my family, my friends up, and I just thank Him for our relationship, because me and God's relationship is something else. It's like it's a I don't know, it's like a better relationship than I have with anybody, because He's just always there. You can, like you said it earlier, you can always rely on Him.
Yeah.
He's right like there. It's like a crutch.
Love. Yeah.
A crutch, but He's like
Yeah.
pushing your wheelchair too. Like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all God wants from us, man.
Yeah.
It's a relationship.
You ever see God in your in your dreams or anything like that?
I felt His presence in many ways, man.
Never seen Him.
He's always, maybe a dream, He's always, spoke to me in dreams, but yeah, man, I can always feel God's presence.
All day long.
All day
like straight up. You say you pray at night. Do you pray in the morning too?
I pray all day. Yeah.
Okay.
Like anytime I'm not doing something, I just think about like what I'm grateful for, and I think it just mentally it also has helped me so much, because like you are so grateful for everything that you do have. Like you said, every single day is not guaranteed, and
nothing you have. The house. Like one day someone just might come and be like, "Listen, we have to take this whole thing away from you," and you're like, "Wait, why?" So literally, the bed you have to sleep in,
3 times.
the food you have to eat in, or the food you have to eat, the bed you have to sleep in.
Yeah.
Be grateful, because some people don't have it. Like every day, I pray for the homeless, especially this time around the year, February in Pennsylvania. Like it's cold from like when you get out of a building to go to your car.
Yeah.
Imagine being in that like 11 hours, 23 hours a day. Can't do it. Right. So pray for everybody, for real. I think people just need to start pushing more love and praying more. I think everyone will be a lot more at ease and a little more happier. Rely
just
on
being
God.
like appreciative of what you do.
Yeah,
have.
right. Like
I
you
think
said.
going back on like the prayer, like coming from being Catholic, I didn't know how to pray, and he kind of just like taught me, like kind of like a blueprint of this. This is what you're thankful for. This is what say what you want, and yeah. What else? What else?
I always start off by
Thank you, Lord.
just thanking God for everything, and followed by forgiving me of my sins and have mercy on me.
Huge.
And for whatever I'm asking for, I talk to God, and just to work me through it, or
Just like repenting for things that you've done wrong that you know are against the Bible.
I hear you. So this is me not knowing anything, so I want you to teach me. So you're a part of a non-denominational church now, right?
Yeah.
Do they believe in confession? Like going to a priest? No? Okay.
It's just more so like pray to forgive of your sins.
Right.
Like,
to God personally.
Everybody, no matter how good you are, we're not, we're always going to sin,
Right.
and things that we don't know and things that we do. So, it's every day just forgiving God, forgiving us of our sins.
Right.
And I think going off of that, I think in Catholic school I was more so always praying to a priest as if they could forgive my sins instead of going to God and like asking him to forgive my sins. I think I was so caught up on like the repetition and like the words to say instead of like my intention and like from my heart.
So he was like, the priest is a vessel. So
Yeah.
like technically you're talking to the priest because he's
Yeah.
there, but God is channeling through him. That's like the whole
Right.
thing. So like as a kid, I went to confession all the time because I was just like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Like I hear you. Like you were kind of like conditioned that way. You went to Catholic school. Like it was a part of that was the class we had to take.
Yeah.
But as I got older, like now I enjoy going to church by myself.
Yeah.
Like I would love to bring my mom with me, but I like to go early, and I don't want to wait. My mom works hard. Right now she's working. God bless. I love you, Mom. But so like I'm like I'll let her sleep. She'll go to the 11 o'clock. I'm going to the 9.
Yeah.
And when I used to be like, this is a little weird. I'm by myself. Like someone who's looking across, like, oh, this kid is he by
Yeah.
himself? Now I'm like, I'm just right. I don't even care who's there. I don't even know who else is there. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that was my first grade teacher. Oh, okay. I don't really care. I'm there for what I'm there for.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it's now a big part of your life because it's a huge part of my life. And
I don't even think I realized that it was before. Like because I didn't I wasn't paying attention to faith, honestly. Like I didn't ask anyone about it. We didn't talk about it. I feel like sometimes it is like a topic that you shouldn't talk about, but at this point in my life, I talk about it every single day. Like
Good.
No matter who I'm talking to, it's always coming out of my mouth because I am so grateful that I found God and that I can always rely on him.
And shout out to your family for making it a part of your life as a kid, because that's important. It really is important. So
Yeah.
shout out to them. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, so I got 2 sisters and a brother.
Okay.
Older sister, younger brother.
Okay. All right. So I got 2 older sisters as well. What's your brother's name? Dalton. I'll never remember it. Is he older than you as well?
Yeah.
And
He's like
okay.
5 years older.
Okay. Well, shout out to the George family. Shout out to the Dogbe family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were texting, like setting this up, you said from my last episode with Haley. If you haven't watched that, shout out to Haley, episode 46. It's available on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. You said you had a problem with the word manifest.
Haley, I wasn't coming at you. I'm
No.
sorry.
You're not coming at anybody. I want to talk about the word.
Yeah, so
the
I
word
think-
manifest
I think
bothers you.
Something that I had to understand was New Age religion, and I think that a lot of things that people make okay socially is not actually okay with the Bible. And I think whenever you are questioning, is this something that I should be doing? Go back to the Bible. Google, what does the Bible say about this? And I think that manifestation is good when you have God's intention and knowing that God will do this for you. And instead of saying, I am beautiful, I am strong, you say, like, God made me beautiful, God made me strong. And I think that whenever, like, you're talking about, like, things that you want in life, it's more so you should be praying instead of manifesting, because you're not always manifesting from the right source.
Right. No, I liked how when you said that to me, I was like, I didn't even like think about that.
Yeah.
Like everyone says that word
Yeah.
now, manifest.
And that's
manifest
New Age.
what you want. Like, yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
But where is it really coming from?
Exactly.
Who's going to give it to you? The stars are giving that to you? Like, what do they say? Like, you just write it to the universe? No, God is going to give it to you.
And that's something we really, like, he has had to help me with, because I've looked at, like, the astrology and, like, Pisces and all of that, and, you know, like, believing in that, and he had to help me understand that you're putting your belief in something other than God. And so that's, like, the biggest way to grow in your faith, is to not put that faith in something else.
Wonderful way to say it. She said she couldn't have said it any better. So stop manifesting for the wrong reasons. Know where the source is coming from. It's coming from God.
Yeah.
So manifest, but know that it's coming from God instead. You know? Okay, boom.
I love how this turned more into, like, faith. I love talking about.
No, I know
faith.
you do. I know you do.
So great.
Yeah. So you actually just had like a career change, would you say? Kinda, sorta.
Shift, yeah.
Shift is a better word. Okay, so now you're a pediatric nurse.
So I'll be
What's that like?
Yeah, so I'll be starting in a few weeks when we get back from here. I'll be doing home care, home health for peds. Yeah, so it'll be awesome.
Peds.
Yeah. It sounds weird to other people probably, because it doesn't sound great, but pediatrics.
Right.
But yeah, so I have been doing my business for 2.5 years now, or something pretty long. And I just kind of am at the point where I'm not getting the fulfillment that I did in nursing, and I do miss it so much. But I also am so grateful that God blessed me to have a business that I can do at the same time, because I have a team of like 5 of us now, so I'm able to give them the orders, have them, I can process them, and then they work on it while I go do something else. So
that's amazing.
It's taken me a very long time to get to that point, but it's been a blessing to be able to go back into nursing.
Speaking of your business, you should plug it. Tell the people where they can contact you and get in touch with you.
It's aesthetics.design for my website, and then on Instagram, it's aesthetics.creative design.
Okay.
I think that's all it is, yeah.
Okay, boom.
So I do like branding, logos.
Anything.
Yeah, I do a lot of like branded like things like decals and business cards, like anything.
So you make t-shirts and stuff?
Yeah.
So let's say I want a Vibrational Vito t-shirt.
I heard
can
you
go
talking
through you?
about it. I can definitely make them for you.
Boom. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. And you have a team of 5. You said shout out to all 5 of them.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, so when did you start? What year? 2020?
So yeah, I was a prison nurse, and it was crazy.
You said that so like
yeah.
nonchalant. She was a nurse in a prison.
Yeah, it was
in Arizona?
Yep. Right when COVID hit. Right when I first got there, it hadn't like hit as bad as it did here yet. And they told me there was only like 5 people that had COVID. They were all in like their own pods, their own cells, and it was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't want to really be surrounded with COVID, because at that time the NFL was testing like every single day, or whatever it was. What was it?
Every day.
Every day, yeah. And so if he got tested positive, he wouldn't be able to play for a whole week or 2.
It was like 14 days. In the beginning, it was 14 days. Then it became 5.
Oh boy.
They didn't know what they were doing anyway.
They just stopped testing at that point, but yeah. So it was awesome to be able to be there and learn so much as a new grad. I think that it was a lot on my license. I had 2,000 inmates, and at times I was alone with nobody else in the building. So it was literally just me, and I had 2 weeks of training, so it's like that shouldn't ever happen.
No, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, so a lot happened, and I'm very thankful that I got through it. And
right, mentally, I
learned,
can imagine that was tough. Okay.
But I think that I felt a calling to go there. I felt like I had to be there, and there were some instances where I did save these guys' lives. Like, I caught things that experienced nurses didn't. And I'm very grateful that...
Little flex.
I'm very grateful that I had the knowledge and the wisdom to know those things, and eventually I just felt like it was just like the feeling I had of, wanting to work there. I felt like it was time for me to go. And I was literally crying in bed one night, and I'm like, babe, like, it's on my heart. Like, I don't feel like I should be here anymore. There was like a planned like riot about to happen and everything, and I'm like, I don't want to be here for it. So yeah, it's like a thing like every year they
Did
have
the
like
Mexicans have on boots? Did you know that? Do you know that joke?
No, I don't know.
Okay, there's a good comedian I like. His name's Ali Sadiq. He went to prison for a bunch of years, and he said, when Mexicans wear boots, it means they're going to riot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This is a joke. But so if you're listening and you want to laugh, Ali Siddiq type in Mexican guy on boots. It's just very funny.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah. So I didn't want to be there for it.
Planned
obviously.
riot. Did they were like, we're going to go where Ashley George is?
No.
What were they?
They just every year they have like a riot. So like
It's terrible.
they apparently were planning to do it soon, and I didn't want to be there for it.
Did you call out? Did you call out?
I quit. So,
Oh, even better. Executive decision. Good.
Yeah.
Great.
So I just felt like I was telling him that I didn't feel like I should be there anymore, and so
Right.
I went ahead with quitting, and I wanted to take a break. I kept telling him like. And well, that's when I first started the business. It was stickers. So I started drawing on my iPad and started making them into stickers. I have an Etsy shop, and then businesses started contacting me to draw them for their business. And then it kind of just expanded from there. I started making logos for them, which is crazy because I used to charge like $15 for like a logo, which is absolutely
Cheap. Super cheap.
That's like pennies now. Yeah.
Right,
So yeah, basically I started going into logos, and then just kept expanding. I started having a team because I couldn't keep up with my orders with Etsy and Instagram, and it was just a lot. So I kept telling him there's going to be a time that God's going to tell me it's time to go back into nursing. And I kept telling him, like, just wait on it. Like, I'm going to feel it in my heart. I know it. And I tried different times to go back into nursing, but it was like psych, or it just wasn't something that I was passionate about. And so I just kept waiting. I just kept praying. And the last few months, it was like, when was it? Like October, November, December, something. Recently, I told him, I feel it in my heart. Like, I'm ready. Like, it's time. And I had just gotten my business to the point where I can kind of, let go a little bit. And yeah, so I started applying. I had gotten a job at a hospital. The pay was a little bit lower. You had to do like a 12-month program, which is like insane. To be, training for that long it's awesome. You become a great nurse, but
right.
We don't even know if we're going to be there for that long.
You said 2-week training for the prison. This is 12 months?
Yeah.
Get the hell out
Which
of here,
is great, but it's like, I don't want that.
Right, okay.
And so, at that time, I had gotten the job, and I just had to pick which unit at that point, and I kept telling him, like, I don't think this is it. Like, I don't think this is what I'm passionate about. And so I just kept praying, and I kept applying, and somebody reached out to me it was like 1:30 p.m., and they called me and said, hey, like, we have this home health position. Mind you, I've done 3 years of home health in college, so I was like a CNA. And so finish it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get another bottle. I feel like we should.
Yeah.
Because he's empty over there.
It was 1:30 p.m. and they called me and said, hey, we have this position. And I was like, actually, that's perfect. It's flexible. It's on your own time. It's better pay. Less hours, because I want to be able to still run my business and do nursing at the same time. They have like a whole simulation lab to teach you, exactly what you need to know for each patient. And at 3 is when the interview was. So I went and got all ready and headed there. And it was awesome. It went super smooth, and it felt like I was supposed to be there. It felt like I was supposed to say yes to that. So
great.
It's a blessing.
I just want to say that the last video you put on TikTok, where you referenced The Office, where he's like, staying alive.
That was so funny. I had to do that, and I'm like, I cannot do CPR without thinking of this, so I'm about to post it.
Do you actually watch The Office?
No, I don't.
Do you? Oh, okay.
But
so
I think I would love it.
I used to hate on The Office because people would compare it to Friends, and I'm a big Friends guy.
Either.
They're not comparable. They're not even the same kind of show. So when people would compare it, I'd be like, oh, was that even comparable? Now I watch The Office, I laugh so much. So I recommend.
I think I would love it.
When I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's fun. That was well done. Okay, good. But so best of luck. Shout out to, you, because it's very important.
Pray for me.
Yeah, I will. I always do. Good. So you're a pending free agent, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's next?
I don't know, man. Like, we've been talking all afternoon, man. Just relying on where God's going to take me next. I've been in AZ for 4 years, and it's been incredible. I've grown to love AZ, but you know, could come back for a 5th year or go elsewhere. So, you know, just put in my prayers and see where God takes me.
Boom. So your agent, is this someone, do you have an agent?
Yes, yes.
Is this somebody you knew prior, or just like somebody that's their job? And
So Hassan Reddick, he already got drafted back in 2017. So my senior year, his agent had reached out to me, and great presentation, great guy. So my dad and I and Ashley, you know, we thought it was best to go with Tory Dandy with CAA.
shout out to Tory.
Yeah, so he's been great, man. Great agency. They've taken care of me ever since. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, I hope after the Bears win the Super Bowl, they want to bring you on board.
Oh man.
And
We'll
It was
see,
close.
flood you in green, you know?
We'll see,
We
man.
actually, there was a time when he was released, they called him and he was about to come here.
Oof.
Yeah.
It was so crazy, such a surreal feeling to like be able to come back home. But they needed somebody like right then and there. And obviously we're 4 hours away and 2 hour time difference. So it just didn't work out. But
like you
that's
said,
God's plan.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
about to say God's plan. So he
Yeah.
wanted you in AZ for another year.
For
Exactly. Finish out the rest of the year.
Right. But now it's
Sure. For sure.
it's up to God. Okay, great. So I hope they don't make you wait. You know what I mean? I hope it's something
yeah,
quick
yeah.
and someone's like, we want your services.
Yeah.
What number? Did they ask you what number you want, or like what? How's that work?
So when I came to AZ, I was drafted with another D lineman, Zach Allen. So out of all the rest of the numbers, we got to pick which one we wanted. So 91 was available, being number 9 and at Temple. So that was awesome to get 91. But it really depends, man. I haven't been elsewhere, so I don't know how other teams do it, but we'll see. I might try to stick with 91 for the rest of my career.
Okay.
I hope so, because then I don't have to get new clothes.
I hear
I have a
you.
whole wardrobe.
So I'm just like
You're
you.
crushing the wine, by the way.
I'm
I
trying.
love it, man.
Wait,
I'm trying.
let me catch up.
I gotta
No, you
catch
take
up.
your time. So I don't want to pressure nobody. It's just I don't know. It makes me
You
stay
like it?
calm. Yeah, I love it.
It's super like
Pretty
easy.
good, man.
Yours. This is your favorite. See,
Yeah.
my favorite is Pinot Grigio,
Okay, yeah.
But
They're
I-
very similar.
but I also like red. You could say any red, and for the most part, I'm like, yeah, I like that too.
See, Pinot Grigio is a little bit more dry. So it's like if you like red, it kind of makes sense.
I'm full blood Italian. We like dry wine, so like it's like
Yeah.
you know. I've been drinking wine since I was like 11. people make that joke, but that's like a real thing. Like
Oh,
we
man,
drink.
I grew
wine.
up with a bunch of Italians in New Jersey, man. I believe
Oh,
it.
yeah.
How far is where you live or where you grew up from Trenton? Far?
See, we
What?
referenced Trenton.
Well, when she first told me she told me she was like from Trenton. I'm like,
No.
what? Do you mean?
What?
I didn't say I was from Trenton.
Oh,
I
man,
said,
I
said
don't
I-
know if she was trying to impress me or what, but
no. I said I'm from PA, but it's closer to Trenton than Philly. Like, so
Which is actually
We're
accurate.
literally like 15
right.
she was,
minutes
she
away.
was a little tough when I first met
Oh,
her.
my God.
Trenton, all right, I don't know.
You're like, maybe I should
maybe I
not
should
take her to
chill out.
cheesecake.
But, you know, kind of find she's from Levittown, PA. So, but I'd say what, an hour 15
From
from Parsippany, New Jersey.
to Trenton?
Yeah, because
Oh.
I'm closer up north by
oh
New York.
yeah, because it's like no,
See, I was gonna say like
a little bit over an hour. Yeah.
you should go to my dad's shop and just walk in and say, you know me, that'd be
man.
great.
Aw.
Definitely gonna have to then.
Boom.
Yeah.
Speaking of my dad's
Boom.
shop, shout out to Vito's Pizza in Trenton, New Jersey, 124 Tremont Street, 609-393-2155. Gentleman looks like me, or I look like him. He just has way less hair than I do. But I'm getting there, unfortunately. But, you know, shout out to Vincenzo. Yeah, so, okay, I didn't, what, how do you say the name of the town you were?
Parsippany.
Parsippany.
So like I don't know, Morristown, New Jersey, kind of in that area.
Okay, all right. I just want to say, you know, good luck in the adventure, the journey of free agency.
Appreciate it.
I have full belief in you that like someone's gonna be like, we want your services. I hope it's the Eagles. So then I can get that
So
Dogbe jersey,
crazy.
which is easy to get on DHK, by the way. Super easy, you know.
Where's
Cause
DHK?
so DHgate. The people don't know, but now they know.
Yeah,
I guess they're knockoffs, but nobody could tell you that
This
they're
is a
knockoffs.
jersey, yeah.
Oh my god! And it's like so. Like if you go on like Fanatics, it's like $130.
But don't you get like a percentage of that?
DHgate
yeah.
25.
Fanatics. He gets like a percentage of
Then
the
I mean,
Fanatics.
all right. So then, if you do join the Eagles, I'll buy it off Fanatics, so you get a percentage.
I appreciate
Support
that.
it.
All right. But so, like I said, best of luck. I want to talk about this. So there's 7 rounds of the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. My apologies. I don't know how many. Is there 254
Yeah,
picks?
like 256, I think.
256, and you were 249.
I think so. Yep.
Okay,
Research.
what was that like mentally? Because like clearly
man.
you know your talent. You know you're talented. You know you should be in the league.
Yeah.
But when it gets down to it, and you're just sitting there waiting. What was your mind like?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that, off the rip, I was going to be a late round pick. I mean, I for myself,
Thank you.
I was thinking going into my junior year, have a solid season, but as we know, that didn't happen. So going into my senior year, I really had to put all my eggs in one basket. So coming into the draft, it was pretty much the year of the D-line. Like, we had Nick Boza, we had Brian Burns, like, it was a heavy D-line class. So for me, talking with my agent, I knew I was going to be a late round pick.
But they projected you like
yeah,
3 to 5 even.
Yeah, we've had some teams reach out and said we're going to pick you in a 3 to 5 or 4 to 5. But the thing that happened on draft day, which everybody knows, is you really don't know after the first round. They had about, I think, close to 16 or 17 D linemen taken in the first round. So
That's
with every
insane.
That
team,
is insane.
with every team taking, a D lineman, the next time they need a D lineman or are going to look at a D lineman is probably in the later rounds. But with that being said, draft day I was very, very anxious.
Right.
Ashley was there. She was the one who, decided to have a draft party for me, invited my family and friends. But I sat
You have to
glued
To the TV. Right.
I have a video of him just like staring right
Yeah,
at
I can
the
imagine.
TV. Yeah.
But I was getting texts and, a few calls throughout the draft about teams saying, we're going to pick you up, and it's just a matter of when you get to day 3, it's not about how talented you are, it's about the needs of the team.
Right.
So I was very, very grateful to hear from Arizona, rebuilding team and, just a great opportunity. So, yeah, everything, like we said, happens for a reason. God placed me in Arizona, and for the last 4 years, man, I've been able to, grow as a player. So I'm very grateful for that.
Sadly, I was not even there for it because I was a ball girl and that was my first day on the field.
Yeah,
for
she
training.
left. She's like, man, this guy's not getting drafted. I'm
Oh,
like,
stop.
I said, man, it's like that. So,
First she went to the hospital, stood my man up.
Stop.
And then she was like, I got to go to work. I got to be a ball girl for the Phillies. Go Phillies, by the way. Wait, so are you a Mets or a Yankees fan? Do you even care about baseball?
I care about baseball slightly. We went to a Yankees game, and that was pretty
That was fun.
like if you're in North Jersey, you're a Yankees fan. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you have some Mets fan, but Yankees all the way.
The stadium is amazing.
Yeah, but being at the Yankee Stadium, it's Phillies. You just get a different vibe.
Yeah.
Yankees is probably like, what would you say? How would you describe it? Like, it's probably like they got a lot of history there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just
But
different.
the stadium itself is just like nicer. Like
Yeah,
it's just like very
but
high
it's-
tech.
They redid it. I think they
Yeah.
redid it in like 2007 or 8 or
That
something like
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah, makes sense. So I don't you said I don't really care about baseball that much. I played 1 year. It was a big mistake because I went from soccer running constantly to baseball waiting,
Right.
See,
literally waiting
and
and
it's-
waiting.
it's so different because I played softball my whole life, so it's like that's the pace I'm used to.
Right,
Like,
but so for me, it
so
was
normal.
completely different.
That's what he says. Yeah.
So I can imagine.
I
Did
don't like. It's just I like instant gratification. So I like football.
To me, it was like
every play means something. Basketball, turn of events.
Right.
So with baseball,
But
I
it's
just
like-
hate sitting there.
Did you ever play
pitches-
basketball? Did you ever play any other sport?
So I ran track.
Okay.
I threw the shot put, in middle school.
All right.
But for me, man, I something about football. I wanted to devote all my time to it. I've had coaches try to get me to
planned.
wrestle. I've had coaches try to get me into the sports, but football was what I wanted to lock in on, and it worked out for me. So
worked out.
When would you say like obviously? Okay, 2 questions. One, was it always like a dream of yours to be in the NFL?
honestly, it was. I would say before high school, man, it was always just a dream to be a great high school player. Like, we had a great high school program in Parsippany, and I looked up to the high school players. So it was just my goal to be a great high school player. Like, I was skinny, man. Like, I was 140 pounds, coming into high school.
Like, you wouldn't even recognize him.
I was skinny. So after my freshman year, because I was too small to play, I went to my head coach for the freshman team, and I was like, what do I have to do to make varsity next year? So he's like, live in the weight room. So I took that literally. And from the day freshman football ended, I went into the weight room, and I worked out every single day. I grew to about 215 pounds and got my time on varsity. So then when that happened, schools like Rutgers, UConn, Boston College started coming after me.
Awesome.
In my junior year, I got my Temple offer. That's when Matt Rule was there. And if you know Matt Rule with the Panthers, great coach.
Right.
So I committed before my senior year. And when I got to college, a couple years, I saw a couple guys like Hassan, Matt Ioannidis make it to the league. So I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. And sure enough, here I am.
So that's when you probably so like the second question is like, when did you realize like that this goal is like obtainable? It's not just like I really hope I can make it to the league. Like, if I work hard enough, which I know I can do, when like I can get to the league. When would you say like that came to fruition?
So I came in as a big freshman, right?
Okay.
I was 250 pounds.
How much you weigh now?
I'm about like 290, 295.
Jeez. All right, go ahead.
She's keeping my weight up, man. She's cooking me nice food.
Question: do you have a dietitian or anything in your life?
Right here.
Oh, okay. I was about to plug my sister, but she suffices right now.
I'm a bad influence, right? Like, I'll ask her if we can order cheesesteaks, if we can order Chinese food.
The answer is yes.
And that's why I gained so much weight so quick.
Man, yeah.
Anyway,
I did.
We have. We do something with HelloFresh.
Yeah.
So that's been really good for
Shout
me.
out to HelloFresh.
HelloFresh?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been able to, cook my meals and keep me fed. So I'm happy,
Okay.
She can cook. So I'm a happy guy.
Okay.
But yeah, back to your question. Coming in as a freshman, I was 255 pounds. And, I had the size. But again, it's a different level. So I just had to take time and learn. And when I started to see all the other guys get drafted, it always was in the back of my mind, man. I just
so
want to
many
have...
Temple guys get drafted.
There's like 25 of them in the league right now.
We've had a great group of guys make it to the league.
You have a few on the Cardinals right now.
So Hassan was with me when I got drafted out there.
Okay.
My rookie year. I was with him for 2 years. And now we have Nate Harrison, who was there.
And Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So I played with Robbie Anderson at Temple for, I think, a year or so.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, just around the league, PJ Walker and Matt Ioannidis, we had a great group of guys. So having all those guys go before me, man, I always tell her, like, my dream was just to have, like, a great family, play in the league, and just give all glory to God,
Right.
just a simple life.
Right.
So that's what I would just work hard at. And, sure enough, going into, after my sophomore year, I had a good year. Going into my junior year, I was like, yeah, I can do this. But obviously God took me through a couple obstacles to show me my potential and build my faith, and here I am.
What they say, he gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
And it's true.
Like, really true. That is one of the truest things I've ever heard. Because he really gives those tough battles to strong soldiers because they can get through it. So
yeah, I mean, everybody, I'll leave you with this. Everybody has a promise on their life. And to get to that promise, you might know it. God might say, hey, this is where I want you to be. But the way you're going to get there, you don't know. God is going to, every great man in the Bible had a journey. Look at David. David never thought he was going to be where he was at.
Come on.
But yeah, he took down Goliath.
Come on now.
So, with that being said, God is going to take you through certain obstacles, in order to get you where you got to be.
We could do a whole episode, like a whole 2 hours of just this, which is amazing.
Preaching.
I like that we do share that in common, all three of us, and that's amazing. All right. I was about to,
You can keep going.
No, I know, but we're tight on the schedule
fine.
a little bit because
okay.
let's tell the people we're about to celebrate your birthday, right? Your family wants to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah. We have a really busy month, so it's
right. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it was a little. You kind of caught me off guard because I kind of had some planned already, and then you hit me with a text, and I was like, you know what? I should just make time for that. And that was like an easy thing to do.
He's not here often.
Right, right. So I had to, I took that into accountability, and I was like, all right, we're just going to do it that day. So when is your birthday?
March 7th.
Boom.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating your birthday tonight.
Yeah, because my family, like, he's not here until the 23rd or something.
March 1st, I'll be training out in Arizona. But we have my dad's 60th next week. We have
happy birthday to Papa right there. Okay.
It's going to be awesome. We have a wedding at the end of the month.
The best friend.
So it's just a hectic time, but we've tried to make time for everybody.
Right.
We'll be back in AZ shortly.
And your birthday's coming up too, right?
May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, man.
Boom, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every year it's been a party.
That's been fun, yeah.
Good. All right, well, happy early birthday to both of you.
Thank you.
I think that's a good way to end that. But we're going to end the show with a segment that we call Riddles with Vito. So anyone who's listening or watching, we know how this works. A riddle has nothing to do with anybody's intelligence.
Oh, no.
I'm not insulting your intelligence. It's just always a play on words, So just think. But two brains are better than one. They always say that. So if you can't get it, it's all right. I'll just tell you that, and then we'll bypass it.
Like
but,
you're going to tell us.
So the riddle is if athletes get athlete's foot, what does an astronaut get?
Astronaut's foot.
That was quick. He was quick. So why'd you make that face?
I'm trying to get it before her.
Right. That was a
So
quick answer.
competitive.
That was good, though. That was a good guess. Not the correct answer.
What is it, like moon foot?
No.
This is the part I like because everyone's brain starts moving.
Okay. Let me drink some more wine.
Athlete's foot.
Do you want another refill?
Oh, man, I might with this question.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Let me fill him up real quick. Pause.
Sorry.
Appreciate it.
If an athlete gets athlete's foot, what does an astronaut get?
Are there any hints?
It correlates to an astronaut.
Oh, come on.
What do you want me to tell you? The answer? Because I don't want to do that.
Possibly.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've done this several times. This is episode 48.
Which is awesome that you can remember, like, who's on which episode. That is so cool.
My brain works a weird way.
That is so cool.
Only Pam, old coworker of mine, she's a relatively older lady. Shout out to Pam. She's the only person that's got one right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's do this.
So I'm gonna ask you again. If an athlete gets athlete's foot, what does an astronaut get?
Oh no.
Look, I know you're competitive.
Moonwalk.
Ooh. No. Unfortunately. There's no shame in saying you don't know. But I love how quick he was to say astronaut's foot.
If I can get it before her, man, that's bragging rights.
Stop! Look, we're not even on the same team. Okay.
No, right now you are. Right now you're on the same team.
Okay.
If an athlete gets athlete's foot, what does an astronaut get? While you're thinking of that, I just want to say, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's very easy. Just press the subscribe button. It's free. All you need is a Gmail account. Shout out to everyone who's listening on Apple and Spotify. We appreciate you.
I think I'm tapping out.
Okay.
See, and I respect it.
Wait, no, I don't think I can tap out yet.
Well, she's gonna. In a few seconds, she's gonna be like, all right, fine. It actually, like, correlated perfectly. You were an athlete. You're currently an athlete.
Was she an athlete? How was she in high school, man? I forgot to ask.
So
He was waiting to ask that.
Oh, man. I mean,
That's a good question. So I don't think I ever went to any of the softball games. I just know, like, word of mouth hearsay. You were nice.
Thank you.
So, like, I can't really say, like, oh, bro, she was hitting triples
I'm trying to raise some athletes, so I need to know.
I think you're going to be just fine.
Okay.
But-
I was a 3-sport athlete.
Okay.
What were the three?
I wouldn't really count field hockey, honestly, or basketball.
Oh, okay. So I did watch one field hockey game.
I was just on the team.
Did you play senior year? You were on the team?
Yeah.
Okay, so
junior and senior year, I decided to, like, let's just go all out. So I did field hockey, basketball, and softball. So, like, year round, I was doing something.
That gives me some hope, man.
Right.
That gives me hope.
I don't know about the basketball. I really don't. The field hockey, I do. I remember I went to, like, I was about to say handful. That's a lie. Like 2 or 3 games.
It was a lot of running, for sure.
Right.
I'm going to
Kept
hold
me
you
in
to
shape.
it, so I'm going to use you as...
No, yeah, you're going to be just fine. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to tell you the answer. It's going to get you mad. But if an athlete gets athlete's foot, what does an astronaut get? Mistletoe.
Oh man.
Where did you find that?
So a lot of these I find in my job, but that one I found on the internet. But like I don't do like you just type in top 10 riddles.
Yeah.
I do a super deep dive, and I want to find the good ones. I have like
That's good.
I
20
wouldn't have
more
guessed
lined
that
up.
at all. Yeah.
But you know, mistletoe, Missile, but it also could be like, you know, mistletoe, all that
Got
good
it.
stuff. But I think we should end with February's the month of love. What are we doing on Valentine's Day here?
Oh man, that's a secret.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be
All right.
be nice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
In Philly, which is
we'll,
great
uh,
to be
Okay.
back.
in Philly.
Please
so,
be safe.
Yeah.
Scary out here right now.
Oh, man, it is.
Scary, and the whole world is scary. But
I kind of miss it though. I miss like being in Philly. Not the scary part.
I was gonna
Being
say
in
what?
Philly. We used to live in Philly before we moved to Arizona, so I definitely just
Yeah,
miss
after
it.
my rookie year, we lived in Philly for a little bit.
All the
Right.
spots we used to eat out in. So
Okay.
miss
So
it.
real quick, what was that like? Like just, you know, living on your
Wow.
own versus together. Now you gotta have to like share things. It's 50-50.
Long distance was tough, man.
yeah, so we did long distance, and then so I was a bartender at the time, so we barely got to talk to each other because of the time difference.
I deserve another glass.
And then we moved together. I had an awful living situation and was like living alone at that time. It just wasn't good. And so we decided to live together, and then COVID hit, and then the Black Lives Matter protest hit. So it was insane to live in Philly during all of that. Like, things were like exploding,
Right.
helicopters throughout
Right.
the entire night, like the curfew. It was definitely like looting. We went and watched like people loot like Foot Locker. Like, it was definitely insane to live in Philly during that time.
Let's just say that was our last all season in Philly. So, I mean,
Which is a good decision.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just great. That whole year is gonna be taught in like a textbook.
I wrote
we
in
were-
my journal that it would.
Like what we were taught in school was a bunch of like crap that was like 400 years ago, 300 years ago.
no, this is going to be like a monumental
Right.
time.
Where
Yeah.
everyone was like
COVID
85%
just in
of the people
general,
were
like,
yeah.
I can't. Yeah, it's,
What a crazy time.
yeah,
I'm so glad. Like I don't think we're past it,
we're not.
but we're kind
We're
of.
at like a plateau. I think
There you go.
we have an understanding of what it is and how to treat it. I just
It's
think that-
it's spooky out
Yeah.
here. It's
I
definitely.
think, like they predicted, it would be like the flu, where like it just stays around, and who knows when it'll actually be gone.
So I currently work in a nursing facility, but when COVID hit, oh my God! Like let's say I had 35 people on the floor, residents. At one point, 29 of them had it,
yeah,
and it was just like I was scared to come home because I was like, if I give it to my parents,
it's scary. Yeah,
like if I get it first off, and then if I give it to my parents, I'm gonna feel so guilty.
I know.
So I never took my mask off. I didn't care
Yep.
who I was talking to, if I trusted you or not.
Yep.
I had 2 masks on. I felt like
I came back for a wedding
movie.
for like my family, and everyone thought I was crazy because I had my mask on. But I was a nurse at the prison, and almost every single one of the inmates had it, because it's like when you're in a crowded space and everybody's in the pods together, everyone's gonna get it. So
It was
Yo.
trying times,
Spread.
man. Like I remember, we would go to the supermarket, spend like $500
Oh, yeah.
because we didn't know the next time. we were gonna
everything
get
was sold
something.
out.
No,
the
right,
bread,
right,
the cans,
right,
the chicken.
people
like,
were buying hand sanitizer in bulk to try to
toilet paper.
sell it, right? Yeah, like
oh,
no,
yeah, selling
it was just like it really was a crazy time. So like I said, we're kind of passive. We're not really, but we are. Like the crazy part of it is,
Yeah.
but you never know. Like it could
I
come
think
back.
people are getting like the immunity and like the herd immunity and stuff. So
When I went to Italy in the summer, and like I was talking to my like family, like it was kind of like fresh because I haven't seen them in a while. So I was like, "Did you guys get it?" And for the most part, none of them did. But like the one set of family, they were like, "Yeah, it was real bad. Like I didn't want to see my husband," and I was like, "Real." And so like
It
he was
was-
staying in a whole separate house, and
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
"Yo, that's
we got
nuts."
it around Christmas time 2 years ago. 2?
Yeah.
Did you both have symptoms?
He did, and I was like, "You definitely have COVID," and I'm like joking
I don't get
about it.
sick.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he says. Is he doesn't get sick. It was rough. I had to miss his Christmas Day game because I
That
was so
what,
sick.
against the Colts, right?
Yeah, because I was so sick. It was bad.
Boo.
Did you win?
We lost.
Oh, okay.
We lost. So It wasn't a great Christmas.
You know,
Yeah.
I actually, so like I was looking at both of your Instagrams just like before today. You gotta stop with the whole like if the team loses the game, you take a picture with him that day. Like he don't want to he doesn't want to take the picture with you. He really doesn't.
Don't even hype him up for
No,
that.
I'm being serious.
Listen, I'm bummed out, you know.
Right, and he's like, you know what?
You gotta keep the
But when
lady
you have
happy.
a good outfit on, it's like
gotta
you
keep the
have
lady
to.
happy.
Like,
I'll tell you this, man. It's part football game, part fashion show, part TikTok opportunity.
Right.
I mean, you got to get it all in one game. So I understand.
there's not many
what she-
opportunities.
Yeah.
Life is short.
I hear you.
You're not in the NFL for long.
While we're talking about social media, do you want to plug your social media?
Yeah, you could follow me. I
What
barely
is it?
use
Dogbe
social.
underscore
No,
nine.
At
It's
Dogbe
okay. All right.
underscore 9
Is that
on
it?
Instagram and Twitter, I believe.
Say it one more time, just in case they didn't hear it.
At Dogbe underscore 9.
I
What?
won't even try mine
So
because
if you're
it's like
looking
too
for
many.
me, just go to her Instagram. She posts a picture of
Yeah,
me.
but
every
mine
other
is hard
day.
to spell.
Mm.
So I worked at the prison and I had to change my Instagram because
Why, they prisoners found you?
Well, I mean, don't tell them that now. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want anybody looking for you.
don't
All right.
scare me. But basically, I had to like put extra A's and extra Y's, extra R's, extra E's, like and put my middle name because I didn't want them to look up my last name and find me.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And right before we sign off here, I got one more question for you. So let's say it's game day, right?
Yeah.
You got your headphones on. What's playing in your ear?
DMX.
So are
Is
you
it
saying?
actually?
Hold on. Say.
I don't think I
I
knew
got
that.
it. Listen, I'll tell you this, man. I play a lot of old school. So I play a lot of early 2000s, and I build my way up. So I got a lot of 50, DMX. Even might throw in some Ja Rule, even though 50 and Ja was. But I'll
Beefing.
listen, I throw anything that gets me in the mood to just be upbeat.
Beat somebody's ass.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but I would say this on my car ride there, because it's about, 40, 50 minutes from
It's
my house.
far, yeah.
I'm listening to gospel. You know, I'm getting my mind right. I'm thanking God. But once I step into that stadium, man, it's early 2000s.
He's a different man on game
I
day.
can imagine.
I drove with him, I think, twice or
It's
three.
a violent sport.
Yeah, you gotta.
He's
you
like locked in. I'm looking at him like, "Are you mad at me?
You can't
Are
be
you okay?"
a gentle man of God
No.
on game day. You
But
can't.
She told me big DMX guy.
Oof.
Right,
Yeah.
man, I commend
Big
you,
DMX
man.
guy.
That's-
Yeah, I
that's
met him
awesome.
once.
Literally-
I met him once. Truly, like.
When he passed, the first person I thought it was you. I'm like, no way.
And you did text me, and I
Yep.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, he. So like you said, like on the way to game day, you listen to gospel,
It builds up.
right?
So you start out real slow and play some gospel.
Right.
Then when I get to the stadium, I'm playing some old 50s, some DMX.
Ja.
Ja. Right.
The locks. Yeah.
Oh man, right before I get to the game, man, that's when I'll play some old Wayne. That's
Okay.
when I probably,
Okay.
when
Like
I'm
mixtape
already-
Wayne.
Yeah, mixtape Wayne.
Right.
I got my pads on, jersey and everything. I'm taped up. I'm listening to old school Wayne. Go Getter, everything.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah, man. It's a build up. Never.
a build-up.
Yeah.
So when I met DMX, I told him like obviously I love like the hit records, but what I really love is when he talks to God, because on every album he has a conversation with the Lord and a prayer.
I didn't know that.
So you should go check it out, obviously. But
I feel like
like
he's like a rock person to me. Like that's how I think of him.
so he said it best himself. On the first 4 albums, he had a conversation with the devil because he's present. And then there's a conversation with God on every single one because God is more present. Because, like, if you want to be real, like, he had a drug problem. So for him, his version of the devil was the drugs.
It is,
And then
yeah.
he would talk to God because, like, he knew in his heart of heart, like, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it was, like, always, like, a battle. So for me, when I met him, I told him that my favorite song of his was called Ready to Meet Him. And it's on the second album. I think if you don't know it, you should listen to it. The first 2 minutes are a prayer. And then it's a conversation with the Lord. So, like, he uses his, like, real deep voice as God. And then, like, he's him talking to
hear
God.
it.
You'll hear. I don't want to play it right now.
I'll get it. I'll
No, sing
Word.
it. Go
So
ahead.
no, I can't. I don't want to do it right now. But shout out to the dog. Rest in peace to the dog one more time. But yeah, it's he made me feel like clearly I'm a skinny guy. He made me feel like I'm your size.
Yeah, man. His
You know what I
presence
mean?
on stage, man. He just embodied a different type of guy.
No
His
one else
energy,
on the stage.
his energy, man.
Right.
I mean,
That's so cool.
it's incredible. So he's one of the guys where we're playing in the locker room on Christmas Day. we played Tampa, we're playing his jingle
Oh,
on freaking
Rudolph the
Christmas-
Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Christmas Day. So you can like, you know, I've had coaches who played in like the late 2000s, like they've been playing DMX.
Boom.
So he's just one of those guys you got to put on game day.
I love it. All right, so for real quick, for me personally, like I get it. He makes you feel larger than life. Me, he's clearly my number one rapper all time. I think he has to be top 5 all time. He could be people's 5, and that's all right. That doesn't make me feel a certain way. But if people exclude him out of the 5, that's when I'm like, come on, bro. You got to think about what he did, when he did it, how he did it, at a time where you had to go to the store and buy his album. Not like you could just press a button on your phone and be like, I want his album on the phone. You had to go. So, like, that's what I'm just saying. I'm going to just end that with recipes of the dog. I want to say thank you both for coming on the show. I know you guys are very busy. I'm going to see you in a few minutes once we go out, wherever we're going to go. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I certainly enjoyed myself. I want to say thank you to everyone who's listening and watching. Again, if you're not subscribed to YouTube, just press subscribe. It's real easy. I want to wish you the best of luck for free agency.
Appreciate it, brother.
I hope you make the best decision for you personally, for your life, your future. You know, I hope you go to a team that actually values you and they want your services, and they know what you can do, because I think a lot of us know what you can do.
Yeah.
And
that.
I think any team could
Opportunity.
use you, right?
Yep.
God won't walk you to what he won't walk you through.
I love it.
What a great message. So guys, thanks for listening. Ciao for now.